We got some news coming out of Chrono Odyssey, some good news, and unfortunately, some bad news. Yes, we have some good news. They're talking about the changes that they're making to the game, and they're listening to feedback, which is really good. But the bad news is the game seems to be delayed, unfortunately. So let's just jump into it and figure out what's happening with Chrono. So this is the notes that they have released. Talking, this is the development team, so the devs, and basically talking about what happened with the closed beta. Just thanking everybody for joining the closed beta. This was a lot of players playing, so it does make sense that they gotten a lot of feedback. And just talking about letting people explore some of the parts of the game and giving input, and honest input, which we've seen from many people. Because the reality is, many people were disappointed with this game. Like, it had a really cool trailer during the Summer Go Fest, a huge, a lot of content creators hyping up this game, the new open world MMO. Because MMO genre, us, we are MMO players. We need something. We need something. And we're happy. Usually, we're happy with something, but we also complain about something. So at this point, people are not really happy with the Chrono, which does make sense. It was lacking a lot of optimization, a lot of issues, clunkiness issues and stuff. But here they're just talking about how there are some areas that fell short because this feedback on animations. I actually talked about this even before I played. Motions, combat, responsiveness, performance, optimization. Literally, all of those things is things that I already covered, and I think most of content creators and players in general have covered. All forms of critique, whether it's big or small, are critical to the development process, and our top priority is to address these shortcomings accordingly. To that end, we carefully reviewing all the feedback you shared. Some of it will be addressed here in part one, while the rest is being thoroughly reviewed and we covered in detail in part two. So there's going to be two parts of this, but at least we have a part one. And they're talking about animation, motion, and combat experience improvements, performance and optimization, lighting, and other graphic enhancement. Now, these three things are core issues that I think everybody experience. So let's see what they're talking about and the changes are. So the first is animations and combat responsiveness. This was a major issue during the closed beta test. Some actions felt sluggish or disconnected, with attacks, dodges, and blocks occasionally failing to register as expected. We believe this stems from packet desyncs between the client and the server and will accelerate packet transmissions to improve timing accuracy, redesign packet intervals, and refine the packet structure. So they think most of it and responsiveness stems from packet desync. So it's going to probably work on this, which is a good thing. Currently, motion and combat packets are interconnected in a shared data stream, which may be contributing to sync issues. We plan on separating these into distinct systems, actively reviewing and resolving all collision detection inconsistencies to ensure combat interaction feel consistent and responsive. Now, this is good overall, like hit feedback inconsistency. Hopefully, this will fix it, but it seems like they're not 100% sure if this will fix it, but I think this might lead to a little more improvement, at least when it comes to the combat. Then we have the class weapons. While each class has a wide range of abilities, we'll be introducing a new system called the Matrix in the next test to give each weapon a more distinct identity. This system will allow you to choose from 4 progression paths per weapon, 12 in total, as each class has 3 weapons. Okay, that is really cool. More talent trees. We have to diversify skill usage of each weapon based on progressive paths. Even if 2 weapons are using the same weapon, their primary skills may differ. The same skills can also produce different results depending on builds. Our goal is a wide range of playstyles, whether you're focusing on chaining skills, switching between weapons, or exploring other tactical options. Farming will become more dynamic, and players will need to find gear with stats that match their playstyles. With added playstyle, we're creating new animations to ensure each weapon feels distinct and expressive in combat. Now, this is really good because it did feel kind of lackluster. You could swap some of the skills, but the talent tree wasn't like super wow, but you could end up equipping more like passive skills or like power up skills later on, so you could get up to like I think you could get up like 12 13 skills. But now at least they're adding more depth to each of the skills, because again, the dual axis felt similar to like the dual swords. The great axe felt kind of similar to what was it, the long sword. So overall, adding more animations I think is going to be good. Hopefully they do polish it, but this is a really good thing. I was hoping to see more of each class. Is kind of disappointing, but adding this matrix system might do us good. Next up, we have camera. We are fixing the issue where the camera angle affects visibility when you're too close to walls to certain environments, or when you're using the lock-on camera. The following issues with the lock-on system, yes. Abrupt screen change when changing targets, yes, please. Camera getting too close to target during melee combat, yes. Camera reset after combat, yes. Skills being cast based on direction of the player is facing rather than the cameras, yeah, this is really good. We're also addressing the issue where the camera shakes vertically. One more thing, please remove the bottom view when you have the lock-on system, because as a player you look up on a target instead of above and down. Controls. To enhance the overall feel of combat, we're redesigning hit reactions by increasing the reaction duration from 1 to 2 to 4 seconds. They provide clearer timings for follow-up attacks and adds a greater sense of risk and reward when taking damage or landing hits. Okay. I think this increasing the reaction duration 1 to 4 seconds. Okay, so I think this might be good overall with like the first hit feedback and consistency to help with like a little bit of the control and like the hit target, and depending on the characters people create, how the overall hit detection would be. We're also reviewing and fixing unnatural character movements and collision inconsistency that cause characters to appear as if it's floating. Okay, this is also really good. Overall, it seems like good changes to the animations and combat that they're working on. We don't know the results yet, but at least they're looking at it. Optimization was horrible, probably one of the worst things in the game. We're restricting how assets are rendered to reduce GPU load and improve real-time performance. They're using ICM to minimize draw calls and reduce GPU strain. I mean, they have a lot of people, at least have NVIDIA. They should incorporate more of the NVIDIA features into the game to at least help with the load or create like AI pixels and stuff. So hopefully they will do that. But the optimization definitely needs work, but at least they're focused on it, because this is an open world MMO. I talked about this, where you have to do large scale stuff. So this has to be implemented into the game. We're shifting level design towards reusable environment assets to improve the development, efficiency, and runtime performance. So again, overall optimization for lower end, not lower end, but like mid to low end PCs, so they can also play. Trim sheets. I don't know too much about like trim sheets and these small things, but at least they are, seems like, working on optimization, memory usage, because I think some people were having even memory leaks, so this is good. But you still need, like, if you're gonna run this game, you need 32 gigs RAM. I mean, I feel like that's like the minimum these days. Collision data and stable performance across various system specs. So overall, just improving, which is going to be good. Graphics, we got to talk about this. The lightning and stuff needs to be fixed. We're reducing unnecessary calculations, streamlining the rendering pipeline without compromising visual quality. Okay, so optimal, and then by improving ocean surface shaders and wave rendering, we aim to enhance realism while minimizing GPU load. Overall, works really good graphics, and the optimization I think will go really hand in hand here, because overall just fixing the optimization will also work on the graphics. But can we see, do we have the lightning? There we go. The lighting. We're working to reduce unnecessary lighting calculations by removing unused lights and limiting the excessive use of stationary movable lights. Okay, that's good. We're also transitioning to cluster-based light management to reduce rendering costs, light overlap, and shading complexity. Yeah, I mean, they don't have to go that deep. I mean, many games have done the lightning good. So it's more of like copying what works. You don't always have to be like unique with it, but the lighting has to be fixed. Sometimes too bright, the sun was crazy, dark areas was crazy at times. So these are overall changes. You can find this on their Steam page, and I would say overall this is good. I mean, I like to see that they're actually working on the feedback, and it seems like they're actually going in depth. And let's talk about the release date of the game, because the game was promised, as you guys know, it was promised on to release right here, Chrono Odyssey, quarter 4 of 2025 was a predicted release date, and it didn't have a red star, so it was actually supposed to release. But with these new changes, of course, it will lead to a delay, and it seems like we're getting a massive delay because right here they've said any news on when we will see an update from the team on what's being changed with the first beta going to second. I know devlog was mentioned in news of that, so we have the devlog now, which I showed you, which is the part 1, and then we're probably gonna get a part 2. But here's the thing: instead of a developer blog, we'll be posting official update directly on Chrono Odyssey website. Detailed changes, improvements. So this is what we got. And then as for CBT2 closed beta 2, we don't have a confirmed date, and we can't guarantee whether it will happen this year. This schedule depends on development progress, and we make sure the next build meets our quality standards. We'll share more information as soon as things are ready. Basically, that means, guys, that there will be no release, Chrono release in 2025. And my opinion on that is it is fine as long as they work on the game and actually make these changes, because we want a proper polished MMO. We've seen many MMOs release without polishing, so them slowing it down, it's unfortunate. I kind of wanted to play it, but we're not going to be getting probably a beta before, like, even if we get it, it'll be like December, and then the launch will probably not be until like after GTA 6. So yeah, that is really unfortunate. And then a quick question on this too. A lot of people have been asking, and I don't know why either. Because why did we get an old build? It was a version from 6 to 8 months ago, so they had 6 and 8 months of progress already. But I don't understand why they did this. And their explanation is it was a build we used for the small build, content creator build, which they did prior to their closed beta test, and they're likely to do the same for the second CBT. So they're probably gonna make some changes and then let the content creators play out the next test, and then release it globally as a beta. And the main reason for this approach was to ensure greater stability. Now, I understand that, but again, when you give people a bad beta, people usually use betas to find out if they're actually going to like or play the game. So I don't like this idea of this. They definitely have to give us actually new versions of the game, and that's actually the best way to test stability too, because when you make changes, you add stuff to the game, and then you test stability, is much better than using an old build. But that is the news from Chrono Odyssey. Overall, it's good news that they are listening to feedback and making the big changes that we have asked, because without those changes, this game will flop. But it is going to delay the game, and we're probably not going to get a beta until late this year. And then the release will probably be next year. So it is what it is. Let me know what you guys' opinion is. Are you guys happy with them like taking their time and making changes? Or were you looking to play Chrono Odyssey this year? Check this video right here. Check out my other Chrono Odyssey video. I actually did live streams of the beta, and they're on my YouTube, so you can definitely check them out if you want more content. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.